Hello there, welcome to TRT World. This is the News Hour Live with me, Arron Armstrong. Coming up in the next 60 minutes, US President Joe Biden leads a global alliance aimed at cutting methane emissions by 30%, although some of the biggest emitters have not signed up. More than 100 world leaders have promised to end and reverse deforestation by 2030, including Brazil, home to the Amazon rainforest. Ethiopian authorities declare a state of emergency and ask residents to prepare to defend the capital against Tigrayan forces. And another deadly attack in Afghanistan. 25 people have been killed, many more wounded, after gunmen strike a military hospital in central Kabul.
Tell us about the atmosphere and the mood among the protesters.
Well, a very celebratory atmosphere here in Trafalgar Square in London, one of more than 100 demonstrations taking place in the United Kingdom. And we have heard speech after speech, impassioned words from many people talking about the desperate plight that we find ourselves in and the urgent need for climate action. Very worrying situation indeed at the Euros in the game between Denmark and Finland. In the first half, a throw-in was taken in the direction of the former Tottenham player who now plays for Inter Milan, Christian Eriksen. Before the ball could arrive with him and with seemingly no one very close to him, Eriksen collapsed, then was immediately treated by the medics in the stadium. We could see that CPR was being administered for quite some time, and the match currently has been suspended. The US President Joe Biden has unveiled a $1.75 trillion spending plan, describing it as an historic investment in his country's future and in their efforts to tackle climate change. The announcement comes after a heated debate amongst his Democratic Party. Well, our North America correspondent John Brain joins me live from Washington, D.C. John, it's a huge amount of money, albeit a bit less than Joe Biden would have originally intended. How does the $1.75 trillion break down?
Yeah, a huge amount of money. It would initially have been $3.5 trillion, Aaron.
And with all the wrangling that has been going on to get to this point, do you think Joe Biden has done enough to secure the support within his own party that will be necessary to move this bill forward?
Well, that's been the key, of course.
Now, as UEFA try to lead the battle against the breakaway, the European Super League, their president, Alexander Ceferin, has come out fighting. He has labelled the move towards a new competition as a spit in the face of football lovers. He's called the 12 clubs involved disgraceful, adding that they are self-serving and fuelled purely by greed. All of this will culminate in a rally in Glasgow a little bit later, where the Swedish activist Greta Thunberg is expected to make a speech to close the rally, just as she did yesterday. And probably, much like yesterday, she is unlikely to mince her words again. She was very forthright about COP26, calling it a PR greenwashing event, calling it a failure.
This is Sky World News.
Welcome to World News. Video has emerged of the moment armed terrorists stormed a shopping centre in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. At least 68 people are known to have died in Saturday's attack, which was carried out by the Somali Islamist group Al-Shabaab. OK, some breaking news now from Nairobi, Westgate shopping centre. The standoff has been ongoing for quite some time. We understand that the assault against the Al-Qaeda-linked gunmen, believed to be Al-Shabaab, has begun. Gunshots heard. Let's go straight now to Nairobi, to the journalist Chige Kariuki. Chige, tell us, how close are you? What can you see and what can you hear? The argument's always been, shouldn't we be vaccinating people in other parts of the world where they have very low vaccination rates, rather than using the surplus on children in the developed countries? And secondly, and I hope this isn't too cynical to suggest this, but is there a financial element to this? Because I know when the markets closed on the stock exchange in New York today, Pfizer was down 1.3%.